Yes.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Oh.
Live on YouTube, Jabes.
Rive. We're going rive.
Oh, how do you feel about it?
I feel good, you know?
Do you?
Yeah.
You feel good enough to recline or not recline?
To recline.
Okay.
In my defense, back in the day, there was a little bit more room.
Yeah.
In between
and
seats.
you've dated a lot of small people, tiny people, right?
Look.
I'm the first giant you've ever been cradled by.
Sure.
And
thank the Lord for it.
Yeah. I think after you seeing what I go through on every flight, essentially, because we take a lot of last minute flights. So sometimes we're in coach, sometimes we're in first class. It depends, right?
I've been in first class like one time.
Well, Jabes,
but
you haven't.
No, I mean, and that's okay for you because you and Dan do that, but that's good.
Yeah, I travel a lot, but
and I just stay home with the kids. But it's like you're in. So what you're saying is you're in first class a lot.
Yes,
and I'm not.
No, but it depends because we travel so much. A lot of it's last minute, and I don't know where I'm gonna sit. I've been in the last row before.
Mostly, I'm by the bathroom. That's just sort of our MO, right?
Sure. You are. Yes. Yeah.
Well, I see you because you're up closer.
Yeah. Yep.
And then I kind of walk past you and go all the way.
I don't like to acknowledge your presence at all.
Yeah, and you'll kind of be like, it's not last minute for you. Do you know what I mean? You've known about the trip for a while, and then all of a sudden it's like,
yeah.
But my ticket gets bought last minute.
Yep, you're last.
Kind of like if I play my cards right, I can go.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
We'll see. I mean, it's real touch and go with you.
Sure.
No, but in all sincerity, we do a lot of last minute flights. Therefore, sometimes we don't know where we're going to be or where we're going to be sitting. Like, I've had this happen to me numerous fucking times. Plus, we live in this
someone reclining
tiny town where you have to fly somewhere to get out. There is no directs, essentially, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of these planes don't even have first class out of here. That's hence the joke of all of this. We're on these like 12-seater flights to get the fuck out of here. We'll fly to Atlanta or Charlotte, whatever. On those flights, man, there is no reason to recline. And in my opinion, on anything within an hour, and if there's a big person behind you.
Also, let me say this. There's many people that do not travel a lot. There's many people that haven't gotten onto an airplane in a couple years, right?
Yeah.
Like they don't travel all the time. They don't easing you in wherever they can.
I mean, if you're a smaller person like yourself, right? You're a dainty little lady.
I have a tall energy, but yeah.
You have a very tall energy, but you're a small person in real life.
Physically, yeah, but like a lot of people don't see me that way.
Yeah, but it's, you're 3.5 inches above the legal maximum height for a midget. Okay?
1 inch, but.
No, it's 4'11", but.
Oh, it's 4'11".
Yeah,
I thought it was 5'1".
No, dude, that's fucked up. That's
legal.
Not special. That's just small.
Okay.
Legal maximum height for midget is 4'11". So
okay.
You're about 3 inches above that. 3.5 on a good day.
Yeah, but again, like people wouldn't believe that because they're just like, you're what? Like they
They're
never get.
So I have to tell them right now. And when we travel together, you and coach might as well be you in first class, where it's like.
That's why I don't have an issue.
So much room. That's what I'm saying. So like coach for you is like, fuck, man.
Oh, I spread out. I have my 3 bags and my legs.
Yeah. I've
Do you know what I mean?
in coach, I've never been able to put the tray down. You always like when we first started dating together, I'd put all my drinks and shit on yours, and you're like, dude, I don't understand why this isn't on your table. It's like, I can't put it down. I physically won't go down over my legs.
Oh, I thought it was your dick.
Yeah, well, that too.
Oh, okay.
That too. I don't want to be crass, but since we're talking about it,
it's
when you're packing a fucking hammer,
it won't go over your legs.
No.
Yeah.
So I can't even put that down.
Right.
Let alone some asshole reclining in front of me. We've joked about that thing that you can buy for your knees.
The knee defender.
Yeah. And it's like.
Okay, so then Delta comes out. Was it Delta?
The head of Delta, yes.
The head of Delta comes out and says, we're fine with it over here. American sucks, but we're fine with it over here. We would ask that you ask the person behind you if it's okay to recline.
It's proper protocol, I think. That's the way it should be.
But why are they, and I hate Judd Apatow, We know that.
Yeah.
Right? And so do you, I believe.
At this point, yeah.
At this point, yeah. And he kind of was like, fuck you, Delta. Like, now I'm supposed to get into like some weird negotiation with the person behind me when do you know what I mean? It really is. It is completely on the airline that are sausaging, tuna canning, putting people in where we do not fit.
Yeah.
For more money.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the worst. Flying's the goddamn worst.
It's the goddamn worst. And I think when we all kind of wrap our heads around that, then nothing will. You have to have respect for one another on a flight. The other thing too, man, and I just. Would you say no to someone?
What?
Just flat out no? Like if someone nice like turned around and was like, hey, do you mind if I recline?
Oh, I have said no.
Oh, they've asked?
Yeah. Numerous times. The worst was.
You're a nightmare.
I'm not at all. And and I'm very polite about it. I'm like, hey, I'm about 6'3.5". I really can't move, to be honest with you. And a lot of times I'll apologize to them leading off. And I'll say, hey, I'm sorry if it feels like there's a knee in your back, because there actually is one. A knee in your back, and it's me.
You preempt.
And I apologize. Yes.
Like before you sit down, you kind of peek around.
100%.
Hey.
Yep.
Sorry if I punch you.
Yeah.
But that's because you reclined on me.
Yeah. Nothing I can do.
Sorry if I punch you in the face. I'm just kind of like.
And the last one, here's how far I go. And maybe it's because I travel a lot and I fly a lot. On those smaller flights, I can't even stand up all the way in the aisle.
You kind of are walking through like this.
You have to. And so what I'll do is, there was the last flight I was on, there was a very polite lady who said, hey, do you want to get up? You know, when the plane is deboarding, do you want to get up and stand in the aisle? And get ahead of me? And I go, no, because I'll be like Lurch, just hunched over looking. And I was like,
just waiting for the doors.
Yeah.
To
so I was like, dude, I'll just go behind you. It's totally fine. I don't care. But yeah, so I'll ask people behind me. First of all, I won't recline. So I don't recline. If I'm a coach, I do not recline at all. Ever. Never recline.
But
because
so
I'm assuming it's
in
somebody
first class.
Yeah, but there's so much room.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you really need to recline on like an hour flight? I mean, you can't make it.
Here's why. In first, it goes back further. So it's like
it's a real deal.
It's like a Barca lounger.
Sure.
It's like, oh shit, this is nice. Some of them even have footstools that they come out. So underneath the seat.
Oh, now I have never seen that. You do go first class though more than me. So yeah. So I have never seen that. No.
So yes, in first you're fine because there's plenty of room. I mean, shit. A woman just brought a goddamn pony on yesterday. Another one.
Oh, another pony.
Yes. Different state,
that's
different
cool
woman.
That's a
different thing in first. And that pony looks like it's got plenty of fucking room.
And that pony.
Pony. Ew. Genuine.
Did you put the video? Did you put that song to a pony video? Okay, good.
So up there's fine. Coach is a negative on that one. The rules should be this: don't recline. One, especially if there's a dude behind you, just don't do it. That 2 inches isn't worth anything, and it doesn't do anything in coach. So fuck it.
Right.
Two, I would say rule of thumb should be if there is an empty seat behind you, fuck it, recline.
When does that fucking happen?
Well, it doesn't anymore.
Ever.
But if there is, great, recline, figure it the fuck out. But to me personally, if they're going to keep making these flights smaller and smaller, they should give you the ability not to recline on these goddamn planes.
I say too, and this is I apply this to life as well. Once you just come to terms with the nightmare, come to terms with the fact that it's going to be hell.
You're in a Greyhound in the sky.
You are in a poop tube.
Yep. A fart tube in the air.
A fart tube in the air. Tuna canned sausage.
Yeah, you're stuck.
I was on a flight that was like 5 hours, and the guy was like, and I was like, can I buy food?
Yeah.
We don't have any food. What? Oh my God. And I remember, and it just like took me back to the days I used to fly when I was 15, 16 with my brother, and we would go to New York every year.
Yeah.
To like hang out with our grandparents, which means we just drank and stole cars, and we were unsupervised.
Yeah, you did whatever
in Atlantic City for the summer, which was amazing, starting at like 14, 15. And it was just like such an amazing experience. And I would like dress up and like we would get food, like 2 or 3 different meals and drinks. And it was just so amazing.
Yeah.
You know? And as soon as he said that to me, I just was like, you know what I mean? Like, what a fucking difference.
Yeah.
So what happens? Like, what do you mean? Not to buy, not anything. 5 hours, nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Weird.
You get, some peanuts, some pretzels, and a little, a can of whatever the fuck you want, right? Soda-wise. That's about it. Maybe some waters. But back in the day, like you were saying.
Like, what if we crash? But yeah.
Yeah. Back in the day, like you were saying, you weren't going through, first of all, the seats were bigger. You could fucking smoke on planes back in the day.
Smoke on planes. You could check bags for free.
For free.
So people aren't trying to squeeze their fucking whole wardrobe
every flight
above them just to save $25.
Every flight isn't, we'll give you $300 in vouchers if you we're way overbooked. That's your fault for over fucking booking it.
What if we got lost at sea?
Yeah.
All you have is crackers?
That's it. That's it. So here's what they're doing. They're selling food now. I'll give you
and I'm fine, but they didn't even have that.
I'll give you the tricks of the trade here too. The best item you can get is the cheese and fruit plate.
Everybody knows that. I asked for that.
Everybody knows that. They sell out in the first 10 rows. So you're boned after that, right? You can't really sneak booze on a plane. Did that last time. Remember, I got a bottle of wine confiscated from me.
Pro tip though, guys. We figured out if you have a bottle of wine, the stewardess will take it from you and pour you glasses when you want them.
Yeah. So that's what happened when it was just like, fuck this.
Now, were you in first?
We got stuck.
Probably.
No, we weren't.
No.
We weren't. So.
Pro tip, yeah.
Pro
That's
tip.
a good one. I wonder if they do it with vodka.
But
Bring
that guy, by the
Red
way,
Bull.
is an asshole. He should have at least said, "Hey, ma'am, could you put your seat up? I'm tall, or I can't fit, or whatever it is."
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
But I'm telling you, he was at the end of his rope. We don't know how many times he was rerouted, delayed. Like, he was at the end, and you've been there. Like I said, we've all been there. The end of your rope.
Yeah.
And and he's sitting there, and it goes right back, right?
Yeah.
And I understand the snap. And it really is just like it's a mental break is what he had. And I completely understand.
I had a mental break on a plane over that one time.
Yeah.
So there was this couple. It was a long flight. It was LA to Miami is where I was going, which is good night, sweet Charlotte, right? Mm-hmm. No first, no nothing. I'm a coach. And there was a woman and her husband, and the woman was ahead of me, and she tries to recline back, right? And she's looking around, looking back at me, and I finally said, "Ma'am, I'm a really tall guy. I'm about 6'3.5". There is nowhere for your seat to go, so I apologize. You won't be able to recline because
maybe switch with your husband.
Most
or
people
something.
aren't. Yeah, and that's what I said. I said, you can switch with your husband, and I guess that would have put her husband in a middle seat. Mm-hmm. And so she was like, "Well, I'm just going to keep trying," and I go, "You can try the whole goddamn flight. It's not going anywhere."
I'm just going to keep trying.
Yeah. And she did it like 3 more times. And I go, "Do you want me to cut my fucking legs off? Because that's the only way your seat is going back."
This is fun.
Wait,
here's a real fun time. And I'm glad I wasn't there.
Here's the crazy part of this, right? Now I'm starting to lose my patience, right? After the fucking 12th time of her trying to slam her seat back through my legs. I get up about an hour and a half into this flight, 'cause it's about a 5.5 hour flight from Miami to LA.
5.5.
Yeah, exactly. And I go to the bathroom and I come back and her seat is reclined. So I can't get in. So I go, "Hey, you reclined your seat." And she was like, "Yeah, I haven't been able to recline it the whole flights." And I go, "Cool, well, I can't sit down. So what are we going to do here?" And she was like, "Well, you're going to have to switch with somebody else." And I go, "No." And then this is when I lost it. And I go, "And if you keep talking to me like that, I'm going to beat your fucking ass, your husband's ass right in front of you on the plane."
So fun.
So I go, if this is the beating that you want to take for your fucking wife, go ahead. And so we called a stewardess over, and they fucking put her seat up for her.
Because she wouldn't.
She would not. I had to sit down, and they wanted to air marshal her or whatever the fuck it was. And,
her?
Yeah, her.
Not you for threatening to beat her ass?
Because everybody else. But here's the thing on the plane, and this is why I bring up this story.
Because everyone.
I didn't threaten to beat her ass, her husband's ass.
Okay.
And I said, hey man, if you don't get this fucking lady under control,
get your fucking dog on a leash.
Yeah. And I was like, you're gonna fucking catch a beating over shit your wife is saying right now. And because I had it at this point, and the other people around me, and this is why the other half of the internet is cheering this guy on. Everyone else who had seen this around me in the section in the rows were like, oh yeah, this one was a complete fucking bitch.
Right.
And it was just exactly kind of what's happening now on the internet.
Yeah.
Where I was polite and I tried to be polite, and then that happened. And
gosh, it just
here was the beauty of it. So
people, though.
Here was the beauty of it. I was already sitting when she got on. When she got up, when we got off the flight, she was 5'1". And I looked down at her and I go, ma'am, at that height, what were you trying to stretch back to? 5'3"? What, like, is that what you were trying to get back to? Because at this point, were you just trying to gain a growth spurt? Like, what is it? Mm-hmm. And the husband didn't turn around. He didn't say shit. They didn't say shit. And it was just like, that was the worst it's ever gotten. And dude, the stewardesses had to intervene and some fucking air marshal. But it was crazy, man. And people are at the end of their rope on flights.
Yeah. And they change. I mean, that's not who they are. I mean, there's people that like scream at babies, like shut that baby up. It's like, that's not you.
Yeah.
You are just going crazy because you've been brought to the edge.
Correct.
And again, I mean, I hate talking about flying because it is such a fucking privilege to be able to do it. It's just like, fuck.
But if you work a job where you have to travel, unfortunately, I don't look at it as a privilege, right? I would rather, me personally, if there is something within 7 to 8 hours with our family, rather drive. And we try to. And we try to drive.
For sure.
Every time I try to fly just 1 hour, it's a goddamn nightmare.
It takes you 2 days.
Yes. And I end up in some other city or stuck or, what was it? What was the thing? 11 out of the last 14 flights canceled I've been on?
What is the answer?
The answer is this. First of all, either the planes need to make more room for people.
But how do they do that? Because they obviously need to make more money.
Charge more. So raise the airline tickets. And by the way, if you think first, because I know it seems like a fucking luxury and all that shit. If you think first is expensive, because I've got some bags to go to. I've got to go to Texas for like a week, right? Mm-hmm. It depends on the city and what time you're going. To be honest with you, like I'm going to San Antonio. First is $300. Mm-hmm. So if I wanted coach, it was $210. Mm-hmm. For whatever reason, it was $90 more, and it was just like, all right, well, fuck it. I'm going to do that.
Leave the family and go first.
What's that?
You're leaving the family and going first.
Well, I have to go work in Texas.
No, I know. I'm just thinking.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay.
I'm definitely leaving you. Yeah.
Both ways.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
But
because you have a bag.
If you look, and the reason why is a lot of people look at first class like it's not a privilege anymore. Where they're like, fuck it. What's a few extra inches?
I've definitely
and if I'm your height,
upgraded.
Yeah. But if I'm your height, to be fair, I don't really give a shit. Like I don't care. It's just legroom for me.
Yeah, I don't care besides like how people treat you. But other than that, like I don't really care. It's like I'm not paying attention really anyways.
You get free booze. That's the whole thing with first.
You get all of it.
You get some candies and things, but I will say this.
You get to put your bags wherever. You can buckle or not.
But the people in first will just take off everything because they feel like they are in their bed at home.
Yeah.
So you're going to be camped out next to somebody those shoes are coming off ASAP.
And
a lot of open toes.
And they're very, in my experience, it's only been a couple, but the people I've sat next to are very like
bitchy.
Yeah. Because they're first class people, right? Yeah. And they've always been probably. So they're just very bitchy. Like, hey, I think we wanted to switch one time to like be together or something. Yeah. The lady was like, no.
Yeah. We had kids.
For real?
We had a child with us too.
Yeah.
On that one.
I just like I have to get up so much. She didn't get up one time.
No. So the reason I do it, by the way, first is bags are free. So that's an extra, because of production, we travel with usually 6 fucking bags.
Right.
So it's a lot, man. It's like buying another plane ticket or going first and checking them for free. The other reason is I write, and it's just simply to use a fucking goddamn thing. The rest of it, I don't really give a shit about. But it is what it is. It's only going to get worse. The only way you can fix it, make the seats bigger. If you want to make more money, charge more. Charge more for these flights. Because it used to be expensive, and it has been at times. Flying is not crazy expensive right now. So,
yeah, it needs to be more expensive.
Yeah. Make the planes bigger, but they're not going to do it.
Need to price
They
out.
will never fucking do it. You're down to like 3 airlines now. And the way everybody keeps buying each other out, that's what you have. You're stuck.
What's Southwest?
Congratulations. Southwest is a fucking party, at least, where it's like,
hey,
man.
I like Southwest. Free bags.
Yeah. And
fucking no first, because there is like a little bit more room, to be totally honest with you.
There is, yeah.
And, it's just.
Everybody's drinking. The fucking people don't give a shit. I think everybody's accepted that you're on Southwest, and you're just like, well, fuck it.
I think Southwest is awesome, to be honest.
That's what I'm saying, though.
If they had it here, I would take it every time.
I want to talk about a fucking somber note here. The Boy Scouts are going. I want to take it down a somber note here. I should say
they touch someone else.
Yeah. Yep. Boy Scouts are all done. I've never liked the fucking Boy Scouts. I've never enjoyed any of that shit.
Were you a Boy Scout?
I was a Cub Scout. Yeah.
A Cub Scout.
Yeah.
And you didn't like it. What?
Dumb.
Okay.
I felt strange going out into the woods with other grown-ups. I like, even as a kid, I'll never forget this. Maybe I was advanced.
But back in the day.
Maybe I was advanced, Jessie. I still thought to myself, I'm in the woods with some strange dudes, man, and we're going to sleep in the same tent together? It's fucking weird, man.
Yeah.
We're going to carve shit. It's very hands-on, dude-on-dude type sitch. I was always weary of it, where I was just like a little leery, I guess I should say.
Okay.
I'm not even using proper vocabulary today, but whatever. I'm heated. I'm fired up. I'm charged up, Jabes. These fucking kitty touchers had to go bankrupt simply for the fact that they could not afford all of the pedophile lawsuits against them.
Really?
Yeah, that's it. It was over $1 billion with a B that they're estimating they're going to have to pay out in lawsuits. Therefore, they got to go bankrupt. To me, what was it, a year ago, 2 years ago? Once they started letting girls in the Boy Scouts.
That was pretty much the end.
Yes, and I said it was the end on this show. I got a couple emails that were like, fuck you. My girl would like to do this and that or whatever. It was like, cool, man. But your girl's going to be in a tent with fucking 15 dudes as well. Like,
is that fucking cool with you? I mean, look, I think the camping trips...
When there is the Girl Scouts...
are no longer. I think the camping trips have been done for a while.
All of it's done.
Yeah.
All of it's done.
But it's just been like, you have meetings, you have little like nights or whatever. But yeah.
So, more and more, maybe it's me. And like, I'll fucking be honest with you in the audience here. I'm not aware that there's this much pedophilia in the world. To me, I can't fathom it or wrap my mind around it. And it's not just having kids either. Like, I felt the same way before I had kids. I feel stronger about it now, obviously, but I felt the same way before kids. And with this Boy Scout shit, I was like, God damn, man, that's awful.
Yeah, it was kind of antiquated as far as like, we don't really do that anymore. Like, we don't really leave kids alone with other adults anymore.
Yeah.
Unless it's school or some kind of like
even school
out in the open. Exactly.
Even school. Like, we're having a problem with it here, and with the middle school teacher, right?
Yeah.
Here in the school board. By the way, there's going to be 58 million lawsuits from this. And the fucking Board of Education just asked for $353,000 so they could pay out the superintendent, who they let resign over this and not fire, giving him an extra $50,000 on his paycheck because of a middle school teacher who was a pedophile and is behind bars now. And then another one just got convicted. And then, did you see the one last night? It was a motherfucker, a substitute teacher.
Where?
Pissed in a here. Pissed in a can.
Pissed in a can.
Pissed in a cup.
And
Pulled his dick out and pissed in a cup.
When?
2 days ago, 3 days ago.
Like in
I
front
just
of,
read the article last night. Yeah.
in front of kids.
Yeah. So he
like
got
what?
So he got arrested, and I just saw the mugshot, and I'm gonna go through this article and get deeper into this. Same fucking area, and I'm like,
well, fuck you.
yeah, but to me, I don't know. I watch these crime docs and all that shit on Netflix with you, and it's like, all right. Yeah, this happens in some weird small town you never fucking know about. Here it's happening here, one.
Mm-hmm.
2, fucking Boy Scouts. We're going to get away with that in the fucking Boy Scouts. That many people there.
It's always the like...
How do you get away with it in today's world, I guess?
In today's world. And then also like... Yeah, they're always so obvious.
Yeah.
It's like the Boy Scout person or like the band... like leader that does after school stuff, the coach, the whatever, where you're like,
this one was a substitute teacher who pulled his dick out and pissed in a cup. So
yeah, you're gonna have to get deeper in that.
I
don't
yeah.
really understand what that is or
I don't
what
either,
that
man.
means.
And I just saw his mugshot and they're like, another scandal. So it was late last night and another scandal rocks the New Hampshire. And I was just like, what?
Right.
For a teacher exposing himself. And I was just like,
okay.
Are we fucking kidding?
Right.
Our district is fucked. Like, looking at all these lawsuits and what all these families are going through, I talked to one of the law firms and I said, how many families are involved?
Mm-hmm.
And this is the first one. Because I was working on something else legally. I was trying to get a contract done. And I was like, hey, man, just out of curiosity, I'm running for this thing. What is it? And he's like, oh, it's 26. 26 families.
Ooh, you fucked.
So.
And that's supposed to be the school, like.
Bro.
By the time any of us get there, it's going to be fucking bankrupt.
Yeah. So.
Paying out all these people.
And they're not, this is the first case. That's the first guy that's serving like 18 years, a minimum of 18 years, 18 to 27. This next guy, who fucking knows how many lawsuits are going to be going on in this? I know 2 members quit already. We know one of them. They're all done. Superintendent's done.
We know one that quit?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't see him up there. And
nope.
I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah. I look, we'll do an episode on this next week, but legally, I don't know what's going to happen with this. And these lawsuits are going to go on for years, 3 to 4 years at least, at a minimum. At a minimum, the first one hasn't even started yet. Like, I haven't even gone to court yet. And I guess I'm just, maybe I'm naive, but I'm just surprised there's this many. I mean, it happened where I grew up in Atlanta too, where I used to go to this church in one of this Catholic church. I was raised Catholic, but my parents were kind of more along the lines of like, hey, we want you to have some form of organized religion. You can make up your own mind when you're an adult, which was a great approach to it, right? Hey, go and live your life after that. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm that chick on The fucking Bachelor.
Yeah, you're not. I was just gonna say you're not
saving myself
Madison.
from marriage or any bullshit like that. But
I can't even get into that.
The guy, the preacher, or whatever you call him at my church, like he was one of the first ones to go down in Atlanta. I was just like, shit. Yep. Now, I wasn't a choir boy or anything like that. Right. I did the after school communion,
yeah,
bread and wine bit, but
you know what it is now is that it's more surprising if there's people that work with kids that don't touch them, where you're like, oh my God, like you're just a good guy that wants to like help kids. That's very surprising.
I'd rather have it all just
and
women.
It happens. What do you say?
I'd rather have it all just women.
Look,
we went to a school function the other night.
I will say, like at our kids' school out here, there's no guy anything.
No.
From the principal down to the secretary, nurse, all teachers are all women.
Yeah.
And somehow I feel more comfortable with
Same.
that.
They're getting transferred out of that school, but when we were at that function the other night, and I looked around the room, and it was all women who put on this performance and this whole thing, and not only was it unbelievably organized, but trying to corral that many children, it was all women. That's the way it should be. Like, you don't need fucking dudes in there. in my opinion. For real.
Mucking it up.
Exactly. You and I have both been like this forever about what men and women can do better than one another in this world. Yep. That's one of them. Why not be honest about it?
I think it's one of them for sure.
Same here. Hire them all to be fucking elementary teachers. Be great.
Well, it'd be great to be paid more, but yeah.
Yeah, well, of course, obviously, but you know what I'm saying? Like, start there. Like, I'd feel safer about that.
Yeah.
You know? It's strange.
For sure.
Strange.
Maybe
but
why
all
the
of
Girl
this keeps
Scouts
happening.
are still going on,
well,
and the Boy Scouts aren't.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, there's something to that.
Yeah.
Boy Scouts are going bankrupt. That is done. Girl Scouts are still around. Why? Ask yourself that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Cookies, maybe.
Now, I'm interested to see the first dude who's gonna, because there's gonna be one who's gonna be like, well, I want to join the Girl Scouts. Girls are allowed to join us.
Sure.
You know that's gonna fucking happen.
Sure.
That's on the docket. So it is. You know what's gonna happen, Javes.
Oh, I know.
I want to ask you about I never asked you about the Dwayne Wade thing.
And what?
So he came out on Ellen last week, and his son identifies as a woman.
Mm-hmm. A girl.
Yes, yeah. A girl.
He doesn't identify as like an older woman, but yeah.
Well, sure, a girl. A girl.
Female. He identifies as female.
Yeah, a lot of people say that's too young. What are your thoughts on that?
How old? 9, right? I think he is 9.
Double check that.
Yeah. So I have
12-year-old.
12. I assume it's been happening for a while.
Yeah.
Dang. This I don't know. I mean, honestly, if at this point, because it's something that, again, I've said we need to reckon with, right? Mm-hmm. It's something that is just happening. The only thing I disagree with is giving like hormone blockers, estrogen blockers, like transition therapy stuff to a child under 18. So that's my thing. But like, if you want to wear nail polish and like put on a dress, okay. Either you'll grow out of it or not. It's when they like start to try and chemically and hormonally change kids at a young age. And then I will say as well with like Charlize Theron.
Right.
Her child is 4, 5.
You're right.
And identifying. And to me, that's way too young.
Yeah.
Because you have to understand that they want the only thing they really understand is approval from their parents. So if you are happy about it, you know, I think they are more inclined to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a really, really weird, tricky place. I mean, I think anyone, and a lot of celebrities have talked about this, but anyone with kids has this kind of issue for a second, right? Where like a girl wants to dress like a boy a little bit, or a boy, because he has sisters or not or whatever, like wants to dress up, or his friends are girls or whatever, like wants to wear a dress or wants to be, you know, like, yeah. And you kind of, and what I did was kind of just go with it.
Yeah, I'm in the same camp, and where as long as you're not
make it like a big deal
yeah.
in any way. Like I wasn't mad about it, but I wasn't super happy about it, right?
Yeah.
I wasn't like, oh, good. And now that my son is so opposed to girl stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, no. Like even a girl singer will come on and he's like, nah, that's girly. And I'm like, buddy, I kind of like wanted a little bit in between where he was just like cool with whatever.
Right.
But hey, it's what you go through. I think I was like a tomboy for a little bit, and then I'm still not super girly, but I, you know, like certain things that I didn't like.
You love having a dick. And that's the...
It's a little one. Do you know what I mean? Some would say...
A tail.
A tail in the front.
A front tail.
A front tail. Yeah.
No, I'm the same way. Look, as long as you're not giving kids hormone blockers or surgeries or anything else,
then do whatever you paint.
Let them figure it the fuck out,
and let them figure it out. I don't think going on Ellen,
no,
and giving that kind of.
But when you have a kid that's 12 years old, right? That no one at 12 is accustomed to the limelight. Yes, your parents are, and they're famous.
Yeah,
we try to keep our kids out of all of that shit, where it's just like, hey man, be a kid, enjoy your life, and then whatever you want to do after that, that's fine. If he wants to make YouTube videos or whatever it is at 12, I really don't give a shit, obviously. Right. But it's got to come from him. I'm not going to push that.
And look, I'm not saying,
when you're putting a kid out on Ellen,
to
the world,
pictures and stuff like this, so
that's a lot of pressure. Because then, let's say this kid doesn't want to do that at like 18.
Then it was like, wait, I saw you on Ellen, like being a girl.
Yeah.
Are you not into that anymore? So, that's one of, I don't know. I really do think that they're doing the best that they can, but I think that they kind of did him a disservice in a couple different ways. But I think they took a picture, right? And you saw the painted nails, and then they addressed it at that point. But I think it could have been a really simple just addressing of it and leaving it at that. Because now that you're continuing to like parade
that kid's in it now, this
kid out there where, he may be still figuring it out.
Yeah.
You may think that he has it all figured out right now, but he is fucking 12. And the amount that you change from 5 to 8 to 12 to 14 to 18 is just like
mind-altering,
completely fucking different. And you never know.
Yeah.
And that is why I disagree with any chemical intervention. But anything other than that, really do whatever the fuck you want.
But trotting it out on Ellen and all that other stuff, because ESPN's also gonna do a doc on it now. I just read, and a lot of pressure.
It's a lot of pressure,
and
I think that like if this was an 18-year-old that they were like, hey, and they have pictures of him from back in the day, and he, she, whatever, is 18, 19, and they want to like show the story of how this came to be, I would be, that would make a little bit more sense to me. But again, what is the point? Who is benefiting?
The parents. That's what I think. Look, Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade have gone. Gabrielle Union is always Hollywood, but Dwayne Wade's gone full Hollywood. He's retired now. So he's looking to the next chapter of his life.
Right.
They're doing a bunch of commercials and all of that shit. And it's like, man, with a 12-year-old, that's a little tough, man. I would have left that kid out of the limelight.
I just think
let them deal with it on their own in private.
Yeah, and things are so crazy right now. It's like we don't even understand this, and it's like we do understand it, but everything is so insane that we're mistaking one thing for another. I won't really go into that more than that. But speaking of which, speaking of flip-flopping, what about a little Ayesha Curry?
What about her?
Steph Curry. Have you seen this vacation photo?
Oh, yeah. With her licking his head?
Is that something that you want? Do guys like that?
From you, yeah. I do want that.
A lick on the forehead?
I'll take the lick anywhere. I'll take the lick everywhere, Jessie.
I'm sorry, but the forehead, I don't know why, but the forehead to me is not something that...
It could have been mid-tequila shot. He put the salt on his forehead.
Okay.
And then tucked a lime underneath his dick and balls, like right in between there. And then, boom, you lick the forehead, and then you suck on that lime. You do the shot of tequila going down.
Okay, interesting.
She's into him. Whatever, man. I thought it was a fun thing. I don't really give a shit.
Did you? And then the other picture of her in the bikini, biting his face. He has a comb in the fro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, I won't go on then if you don't have any thoughts.
No. I'll say this. They're okay in my book. They're teetering on the edge. Steph Curry's so good that I don't mind it. They're teetering on the edge of Russell Wilson territory. Yes. Russell Wilson, Sierra territory, where it's just like, my God, man.
The only problem that people are having with this, right? Which it shouldn't be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
She's 30. She looks great.
People
She's
hate her.
With her. Yeah. Me too. And so She looks great. She's with her husband. Shouldn't be an issue.
Right.
Except for she's just been such a slut shamer her whole life.
Yeah.
You know?
It's her. She is with her husband. They're on vacation.
Uh-huh. Everyone's into barely wearing clothes these days, huh? Not my style. I like to keep the good stuff covered up for the one that matters.
She's with the one that matters, James, you know?
Mm-hmm. And the picture is just for them, or?
Don't know.
Okay.
Don't know.
Okay.
I don't follow the Currys on social media.
Oh,
but look,
okay.
I'm with you.
She'll take classy over trendy any day of the week.
They're on the verge of Russell Wilson Sierra territory. It's getting close.
I'm just saying, you know, if you're going to like tweet out about
I agree with you.
Covering up and who are all these girls that want to show their
pussies
body and then, you know.
Yeah. Look, I'm in.
And you know me. What's the only thing that really just pisses me off? Hypocrisy and not being on brand. No. And this is not on brand.
Yeah.
Something's going on. He hurt his little wrist and he went fucking crazy. They both went crazy.
He's not playing this year.
Yeah.
At all.
He better get back there, because if this is the kind of shit that's going to happen.
He's played like 3 games. Yeah, look, they're going to turn into Russell Wilson and Ciara at some point. It's just, he's good. You know?
They got like matching tattoos and posted that. Like they're really like, they need to be busy, these two. Because if you leave them, like if they're on vacation for too long, it's just like they lose their fucking minds.
If you leave the Currys to their own devices.
She needs to get back in the kitchen. He needs to get back to work. I mean, these two, they cannot just be.
By the way, she's a cook. So when you say back in the kitchen, she does cook. She's got like cooking shows, right? Mm-hmm. Or are you just talking about as a woman? I agree with both.
Both.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Can it be both?
Bango.
Where it's like that's where she started, and then she made it into something else.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm with you. Mm-hmm. I'm with you on this one. We got some sponsors, James. Put this fucking show on the air, surprisingly. And then we're live on YouTube.
Save it for the ones that really matter.
Exactly.
You guys.
Yeah, you guys. And we're live on YouTube, and we're going to be answering your questions here towards the end of the show.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to do that. Look, we're under the Drinkin Bros podcast. For the whole media company. All the podcasts are on there on YouTube. So subscribe and also rate the show on iTunes. Our fucking advertisers want ratings on there. Our advertising agency, I should say. Not our advertisers don't give a shit.
No.
Our agency is like, hey, man, we need this to pitch it. We've never solicited it. Just go to iTunes, rate it 5 stars.
Yeah.
Tell us to go fuck ourselves. Tell us we're hot or something like that. First and foremost, we got ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. This is the best read of all time because I don't have to do much. 25% off everything in the store. That's it.
Till March 3rd.
Yeah. It's the entire month.
President's Day. Done.
Done.
Are they done with President's Day? No.
They're celebrating all of our presidents. Lincoln, Washington, Taft, Trump. That's it. 4 best there is. I have no idea. Coolidge. I don't know anything about Calvin Coolidge.
Taft's my favorite.
Yeah, Taft. I don't know if he is.
Jifka.
Taft's the fattest
is it
president.
Jifka?
I don't know if he could fit in like an adjustable base. I don't know that. I can't give you that answer. What I do know is this: they got adjustable bases, pillows, sheets, mattresses. All of it is 25% off, and they have a 36-month pay-as-you-go program, no interest. And that's still applicable with the 25% off. Knocks anything down to like $20. Go and get everything at ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros this month. You'll be glad that you did. Next up, we got StrikeForceEnergy.com.
Boom, 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 boom. Shabloinkers. Shabloinkers.
There it is, James. 4
Strike
amazing flavors. I'm all hopped up on it today.
Yeah, I know you are.
The grape, boom.
I can really tell.
Boom, boom.
I go lemon.
Pop a couple squirts in and go, dude.
That's just me. A little lemon in a Perrier.
I'll put a little on my Coke hand here. Yeah, give a little lick. If you're in the car, turn that up to full blast.
What happened when you
and give a little lick?
What happened when you dipped it in a tampon and put it up your ass?
Oh, my asshole! I had energy for 18 hours.
Good for you.
Yeah. is what you forget about when you soak a tampon in Strike Force and put it inside your asshole is if you don't poop, it can stay up there for 18 hours. And you're like, oh,
Gosh.
shit, I am juiced. I am fucking juiced, brother.
And I'm just, that's coming right from the Strike Force read. So
yeah, yep. That's the copy they gave
tell us what to read. We don't know.
Tell us what to do.
You know, we don't know.
We're just a couple of fucking animals out here trying to bang in our cage so our master lets us out. They have 4 amazing flavors: grape, ridge, lemon, and the other one. Grape,
orange, grape,
lemon.
Yeah.
And lemon's your favorite because you put it in the.
I put it in just a flat, like a sparkling water, no
black
flavor, and then I put it in a black cherry White Claw, and that will keep you going through the day.
Goddamn rights.
When you're volunteering at school.
And they're on. Look, Strike Force is also on Drinkin Broettes podcast. Go there. Do you have Derek White on today? For Christ's sakes,
I know.
Great show.
It's a really
banger
good
of a
show.
Derek White is joining us every Saturday on Drinkin Bros podcast. I just listened to episode 2 that's airing Saturday. He's the best. The guy's the fucking best. Go to strikeforceenergy.com today. Promo code Revolution 20% off or Lady Boner 20% off. Last but not least, you're welcome. We got straightrazors.com.
Ooh, that's a clean cut. Smooth.
Give it to me, baby.
Oh, you right?
Yeah. It's the only way I can get off now. It's the only way I can get off now.
We arrive. That's a rive, you like it.
Yeah, it is. It is.
An all rive.
Want to give straightrazors.com a shout out. So I use these products every day. So I ordered from them. I buy all of our sponsors shit. I don't have them send it to me for free. So I bought a bunch of aftershaves and some cologne the other day. And the owner, Luke Webster, was just like, hey, man, I'm going to hold this back a day. I'm going to give you some new shit. Dude, he sent me a ton of new blades, man, and they're dope as fuck, dude.
I saw that like awesome wooden box.
Yes,
that you
it's
came in?
it's the shave kit. Look, get the shave kit. It is
God.
the nicest fucking products on the planet. They spare no expense at straightrazors.com. Promo code Revolution 20% off, and they get everything for dudes, man. Shampoo, conditioner, beard oil, mustache waxes. I use the aftershave every single day, and the razors and all that shit. If you're worried about using a straight razor, get a safety razor. Get that fucking bone on. So a bunch of dudes. Let's go to straightrazors.com. Promo code Revolution 20% off. A bunch of dudes hit me up last night. This is starting to become a thing, and I wanted to ask you about it.
Okay.
Where once I went public with my Bachelor info, right? That I watch it every week with you, and I'm into it now. There has been a surge of dudes who have hit me up who have been like, hey, man, I'm with you. I'm watching it with you, man. So now I'm getting messages as the show is going on of like, do you believe what the fuck's going on with Peter, man? What's wrong with Peter?
And I have to say, I'm sorry if you guys are just starting to watch it now, this season. It's the worst.
This season's the worst, yeah.
The worst.
The worst.
This is the worst Bachelor in history besides Juan Pablo.
Yeah.
In history.
Bring her home.
The only reason that we're continuing to watch
is for that one moment.
Is to find out who the mom is talking about.
Kind of like last year when Colton jumped the fence.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
And that was a very boring one as well.
Yeah.
They had to end it the way they did.
Yeah. Oh shit. Can I get a I'll speak out of school here. I get a message last night. Guess who wants to be on the show?
Who?
Colton.
No.
Yes.
When?
So he's doing a book tour. So he's actually coming to North Carolina. He'll be in Austin, LA. There's a bunch of cities that I got, and I was just like, hey. So I think we'll do a big crossover episode, so we can encompass all of this.
Here?
Wherever we go. I'll save it. I'll wait for you.
Yeah.
Obviously, but
because he has gone on another podcast.
Doing a bunch.
But talks very openly about the producers screwing him over.
Yeah.
And I would really like to get into that.
Same, because
it must feel like such a betrayal.
Kind of, but you look at fucking dipshit Peter, right? Who picked all of the wrong girls. The final 3 are all identical. There's a slight difference in all of them. Victoria F is the hottest.
Right.
But she's a cunt.
Him talking to Victoria F is the same way I felt about Colton talking to Cassie, the one that he ultimately ended up with.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell she wasn't into it.
No.
And was just like trying to leave. And he was just like, he could not let it go.
No, dude.
And that's what it is. And you're just watching like a really uncomfortable relationship. It's not The Bachelor anymore. It's not going to end the way it should. You're going to be disappointed. You will be disappointed.
Hang on. So the only way I will not be disappointed is if he goes back to Hannah B. I'll accept that.
That's not going to happen.
Or if the rumor is true that he's banging the producer. And
if that happened after.
I'd be fine with that. If he comes out on the show, on that last show and says, hey guys, I did not find love here, but I found love with a producer on the show and she's the love of my life and blah, blah, blah. That would be rad. She quits the show and look, Peter's got a good job, you know? Mm-hmm. And that,
what does he do?
He's a fucking pilot.
We know.
Yeah. You know why we know? Because every single scene has a plane in it.
They won't let us forget it.
Yeah. So.
Oh, we get it. You're a pilot.
To every dude out there who is messaging me about their hatred for Peter and what the fuck is he doing.
We're with you.
We're with you. We stand with you. We're united. We link arms.
We got a lot of messages for Broettes as well that was just like, fuck you guys. I'm watching The Bachelor now.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you.
Stop.
But what we always say is like,
it'll get you laid.
Your lady loves it. I promise you.
It'll get you laid, guys. So you got to watch it.
Dream come true.
Yeah.
Dream come true. Last night, I've got a bowl of yogurt and berries.
Yeah.
You're watching The Bachelor with me in bed.
Yep.
Dream.
It's your best. It's
a dream, and I just like never love you more.
And that's true. So anybody at home who's wondering, hey man, how do I park it up a little bit? How about I perk this up a little bit?
Perk it, okay.
Perk it up, park it up, whatever, man. I'm on one today.
Yeah, I just didn't know what parking.
I told you, vocabulary is out the window today. I am hopped up on strike force. Go throw on The Bachelor with your lady. Because you know she's probably watching it in another room without you. She's on a group text with like fucking 9 girls from her neighborhood or book club or wine club, whatever the fuck it is. Once you step into that world, you're going to have a lot more sex. So I would highly recommend it. But to that point, you'll actually enjoy it.
You can find something, you know what I mean? Like
it's fucking 20 hot girls.
Ridiculous. Exactly. Yeah. You're going to find something to look at.
Yeah.
Something to laugh at. And by the way, can I tell you this? It makes your significant other look so much better to you.
It does.
So, for example,
you don't have to deal with that bullshit.
Yeah, like if you and your wife are not getting along, watch The Bachelor and tell me if you want to get back out there in the dating game, because that is the shit that's out there, by the way. That's the stuff you have to deal with. And it really just solidifies like, hey, like we're fucking good. Like, yeah. I do not want to do that.
No.
Do you?
No, not at all. Not at all. Next up, I want to talk about the debates going on this week. Your boy, Blumberg.
Oh, Blumberg.
Blumberg.
It's Mike Blumberg, by the way.
And the only reason I say your boy is I was corrected last night by you when you said, hey, do you know it's Blumberg? And I was like, shut the fuck up.
Look, but I'm going to say that except for him. So they're going to all say Bloomberg, whatever, and he's going to say Blumberg. And you're going to be like, what? But it's just the New York Jewy thing, you know?
So what happened over the weekend was this. I know you've seen a million ads for it. We talked about the Super Bowl ad that he spent. It was something, astronomical, like $25 million or something to spend on the Super Bowl ads. Mm-hmm. He is a billionaire. Multiple billionaire, right? He's prepared to spend up to $5 billion of his own money on the campaign. Mm-hmm. I can't remember somebody doing this on their own like this, self-financing. Uh-huh. Now, the rules of the DNC, Democratic National Committee, used to be you had to get money from donors in a certain poll number in order to participate in these debates. Mm-hmm. They've tossed that rule. So now he registered. People are voting for him here and there, and he's polling. So this week, even though he didn't get in New Hampshire, didn't get in Iowa, he has registered to debate in Nevada. Weird thing about it is he's actually not running in Nevada. He's not running a campaign in there. It's going to have to be, some form of write-in or something, I guess, because he's not campaigning there whatsoever. So is he on it? I guess that's how it works.
He's not even going to get close.
He's at 10% now. He's above the threshold. The threshold is 10%, so he's going to be on there. He's going to debate. No one has heard him speak. Now, the interesting thing is on Saturday, there was a leaked report to Matt Drudge from Drudge Report, which, love him or hate him, he's like the third most viewed website in the world. I think only X Videos and maybe Pornhub is above him.
Sure.
He ran a huge story that says his sources say that he is reaching out to Hillary Clinton to run as his VP.
Bloomberg?
Yes. This story ignites over the weekend. And today, Hollywood, he had a fuck ton of donors, money. Everybody's a buzz of like, all right, can we get behind this guy? And I guess the thinking is go billionaire against billionaire, which, if you're the Democrats, kind of defeats the whole purpose of everything that you stand for, I guess, or you
are supposed,
air quote,
supposed
to stand for, or whatever. And people are amped about this. He is surging in the polls. He is past Biden now, in all of the polls right now. Nobody's heard him speak on a stage yet, outside of New York thus far. Allegedly, he's going to get up and be a part of this debate tomorrow night, which I'm now going to watch. I was not going to watch it, but I definitely am now.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to see what these other candidates say on stage when they go all in on him, because these people have been busting their ass, in particular Bernie Sanders. Now, again, I don't really agree with Bernie Sanders and socialism and shit, but I admire and respect anybody who's willing to spend the money, the time, and energy to run for any government office in this country
and get up again
and get it ripped away from you, Chumbawamba style.
Yeah.
And then it appears as if literally the exact same thing is happening to him right now in 2020 at 79 years old. He already had a heart attack 3 months ago.
He has a vodka drink.
He came back,
No, I mean, you cannot.
Give me Danny Warsnap's version of Chumbawambas any day of the week. It appears that they're going to rip this away from him as well, which is super shitty.
Well, that's got to be the last time, right?
Because, I mean, look, if you go into these states, the first two states, it's been a 1-point difference between Iowa and New Hampshire. Mm-hmm. Now this fucker's in there eating up votes. Mm-hmm. Biden's going to be out here. And again, I've said this. I said he's going to quit campaigning March 4th. And I think that is over with him now. Mm-hmm. This fucking guy, man. If he goes in with Hillary, what if she says she wants to do it? Does he win?
No.
I think he does. I think it'll be a brokered convention. And if he's with Hillary, I think he wins. And I think if she comes on board before anybody else picks a VP, because typically you don't pick one until after, you know? I don't know if you're going to have a choice in this because it's so close. You might have to go before and go all in. I think the dominoes fall I think Elizabeth Warren is out after this next one. Mm-hmm. I don't know if she makes it to Super Tuesday at all. Mm-hmm. I think that would force Bernie to pick up Warren as VP. I think it would force Buttigieg to pick up Booker or Kamala Harris because he's polling terrible with African-American voters.
Sure.
And then you're stuck with Bloomberg and Clinton. And I think those are your threesies that are going hard for it. Biden's not going to VP again.
No.
That would be his 12th year.
Could you imagine? Oh, what a life.
But the craziness behind this of like, the guy he entered a year late. 1 year later than everyone else, and he's just buying his way through ads.
That can't be the way. Like, it can't be the way.
It can't. And I'm so shocked by it that literally I'm going to watch the debate tomorrow night.
Because
let's say he comes out with a banger of a debate tomorrow night. Then what?
I don't see that happening.
I don't either
with you, but
I also don't know. Therefore, I'm going to watch this shit.
Sure.
So
yeah,
crazy times ahead, James.
Crazy times ahead.
Were you doing a crime corner? We're doing a live crime corner.
I was going to do a short live crime corner only because it really, really made me laugh.
Do it. Crime corner.
Indiana suspect with crime pays tattoo across his forehead finds out that may not be the case.
What happened?
You could leave it at that. We could just leave it at that. I mean, nothing really happened except for... So his face tattoo says crime pays. Huge right here.
Sure.
But an Indiana man is finding out that may not be true. So Terre Haute Police.
Terre Haute?
Terre Haute?
Yeah.
Is that Florida?
I don't know.
I'm guessing. Police say Donald Murray led officers on a short chase. Now he's facing a number of charges, including resisting law enforcement, reckless driving, possession of methamphetamine, and auto theft. And Murray was also arrested last year when he led police on another chase.
Crime pays.
And I just feel like, I don't know. I just like picture all of this and him in jail and his whole like life.
Yeah.
With that across the forehead.
Crime pays.
Crime pays.
Yeah. It's a great look. If you're in prison, it's a great one-liner all the time. Like that is always a good chuckle for everyone. Huh? Am I right?
Crime pays.
You know? Because then that's your audience.
Right.
It's knowing your audience, and your audience is prisoners.
So okay. So you think he's doing it for his prison buddies?
I think so, and I think it's pretty funny, and it's like, yeah, cool, man. It's a good chuckle amongst the guards. I think it's a win-win all the way around. If you're going to be a piece of shit, you're going to be a piece of shit, and nobody's really going to stop you.
Go for it.
Go hard.
Go for it.
Go hard in the paint.
Another one that a lot of people sent me was man.
Was this a double crime corner?
Double.
Crime corner. Crime corner.
Man opened fire on party after no one would sing happy birthday to his girlfriend.
I understand it.
Mm-hmm. What a guy, right?
Yes.
Chivalry is not dead.
It's not.
But the people at the party are dead that wouldn't sing to his girlfriend.
Did he kill? So people died?
So Minnesota man opened fire on birthday party after party attendees would not sing happy birthday. Yes, Jessie, we know that. Delonte Thomas, 20, has been sentenced to nearly 28 years in prison for shooting. For the shooting. The incident happened a year ago. Thomas was at a birthday party for someone else and reportedly started a fight with party goers for serenading the host, but not his girlfriend. So it was like a double party.
Yeah.
Much like this crime corner. It was a
birthdays.
double party.
Sure,
they were doing which is never a good idea, you guys.
No.
There's always going to be a problem, right?
Yeah.
You need to you cannot do a joint birthday.
No.
Okay? No. Unless you're twins. Is really the only way that it works out, right?
For sure.
Because someone's going to be left out. Someone's going to get shot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Always.
Anybody die?
I don't know.
Just a bunch of people got shot up?
Yeah, but not his girlfriend whose birthday happened to be on the same day. He left the party and returned about 20 minutes later with a semi-automatic, shot the woman who refused to sing to his girlfriend 9 times. Thomas also shot two others 8 times each. All 3 were treated and survived.
Okay. Look.
So Thomas said in his court statement that he has no memory of having a gun or shooting any guests at the party. I'm the peacemaker, he said. I'm the one to try my best to make it through the situation. I don't recall having a gun. I don't recall shooting anyone. I just hope to get some type of mercy here.
Yeah.
He added, everybody makes mistakes and everybody deserves a second chance.
They do, except for when you shoot up a birthday party for your girlfriend.
And I think that like the second chance went out the window the 9th time you shot the first person.
Oh.
And then maybe the 16th time.
Yep.
He shot one person 9 times and 2 people 8 times each.
And they each lived.
And he had that many bullets.
Yeah. And how does that many people live?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He's a bad shot, thankfully.
Wow.
Has no recollection.
You know, that happens at a birthday party. Obviously, you're going to lose your shit. Might not remember anything.
Again.
Now, shooting up the place, you're going to remember.
But listen, it's almost warranted again. Joint birthday party.
Yeah.
I don't know who is actually to blame here. I don't know if it's him. Do you know what I mean?
Or the joint.
Because you had a joint birthday party.
Yeah.
Somebody's not going to be, singing to the right person always. Okay?
Or the joint. You could have blamed the joint on this one. A lot of weed, involved.
There
in
probably,
like that. Probably some hashish.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. But, yeah.
Yeah. God
it's a shame. It's hard out there.
It is.
It's hard out there.
Let's get to some questions here, shall we, James?
Okay.
We're live on YouTube.
Okay.
Let's do it. Shadow Darkness Flame. You guys rock. I like that name a lot. Shadow Darkness Flame.
I do like that too, and I also like the question. We do.
Kyle Lear, is this real? You guys really live? Yes, we are.
Oh, yes.
We are.
Kyle.
Look, we love to go live when we can. The problem is with some children's around, oftentimes we can't go live. Usually we tape the Monday shows on Fridays.
Yeah.
Typically.
But we're caught up right now, so we thought, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What the hell? Sorry.
Yeah. Let's see here. Ruben Schneider, you the best, Jamie. You have fans now, Jamie? What the fuck?
Oh my gosh.
The fuck is this? That's crazy.
Ruben
Schneider. Love Ruben Schneider.
We know Ruben, yeah.
The establishment hates us. Look, they do. And if you haven't figured that out by now, this is Denise Henson. The establishment hates us. Yeah.
What's going on?
We were talking about flights and everything earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, they don't care about us.
No.
No one does.
No.
Not one company, not one thing, does not give a shit about us whatsoever. And I learned that a long time ago. When I was just like, all right, cool, man.
I did too.
So
and I also learned that, life is not joy. Life is not happiness.
Yeah.
Life is not on your side.
Yeah, it's not. And it's one of those things where I think if you learn that lesson early and then
it just really makes everything else
it makes it easier, but you're also, when people are nice and people go out of their way for things, you're pleasantly surprised where you're like, oh, that's a nice surprise of the day.
Or
usually I'm just expecting everything to be shitty.
True. Or you're just happy with the, mundane little good things that happen in the day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Valerie Bertinelli was on the Today Show and did another one of these, I'm just looking for joy in my life. I don't have joy right now. I'm just really looking for pure joy.
Is that what she said?
Yeah, so she's on this wellness path, and she's one of these that, she's rich.
Yeah.
She's rich, you guys. And I just wanted to, shake her and be like, who do you know that feels pure joy?
I don't know. When you're that rich.
Nobody.
Drugs and alcohol.
Even then.
You can be great. You can feel great
people
all day
that
long.
work for a fucking living, by the way, I'm going to say, people that work for a living that are busy and that are just trying to get home for a little bit of a bowl of yogurt and berries on the bed watching Bachelor as their thing.
Yeah.
They understand that life is not pure joy.
Yeah.
And that there are these that mostly life is hard and mundane. And every once in a while you'll get some happiness.
Some little nugget of
happiness. But for the most part, come on. And not shitty. Life isn't supposed to be shitty, but it's not pure joy.
Yeah.
And if you're looking for pure joy, you are going to be disappointed.
Oh, yeah.
Carry on.
Yeah. Franco Melendez, just have everyone fly in a C-130. Pretty much at this point.
I don't know what that is.
It's one of those giant fucking military airplane where it's just
where it's open kind of.
Yeah,
and you sit against the side
man,
and
just,
great, love it.
At this point,
love it.
That's kind of where we're at.
Yeah, I love it.
To be honest, it'd be more comfortable than flying coach these days. David Wagner, Ross, you need to let Jessie fly first class. I realize she will need her goodie bag for air sickness. That's
is that Gordon Wagner?
No, this is David Wagner.
David Wagner.
Yeah,
sorry,
Wagner.
David. And thank you. And you're right.
No, you're going to get motion sickness anyways. You're not going to enjoy any part of that plane.
I've gotten my my potions down to I've gotten my meds right, if you will, and I can get through a flight now.
Somebody David Wagner re-answered this question and said 200 paratroopers in a C-130 is not a fun feeling.
But here's the...
I wonder if Coach is the same or is it worse than a C-130? Be honest. Be honest. All my military friends. No, I wonder. You know who enjoys it? Jared. Jared enjoys the shit out of those things.
Now, look, I think for certain situations, fine.
He enjoys flying in C-130s.
Right. It sounds fun, not for like a cross-country flight or with your kids or, Yeah. So, yeah. I'm sure there's some differences. How about that?
Somebody, Lurky T, said airplane food. Am I right? You know what's funny?
You're right. I do hate fucking talking about flying for that reason.
Same. And
we apologize.
We apologize. This debate has been going on the internet forever. And I thought the exact same thing where I was like, God damn it. I feel like a Seinfeld routine, but it's true.
But look.
Leroy Majors says being tall on a plane for 8 hours in economy can go suck it. Yeah, I get it, man. It sucks. It definitely sucks. Somebody else just said before 9/11 is really when the switch happened, and I agree with that. I feel like everything about flying was different before 9/11.
Yeah, and it was also different in that people could just hijack planes and fly them into buildings. So, like, it was different. You know what I mean?
Well, that happened once. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Three times. Because it hasn't happened again.
One day.
Sure.
One overall day.
Sure.
But, after that, we can genuinely say the terrorists won on that one. Because we're going through fucking TSA. I'm getting my dick grabbed. Like I'm a fucking terrorist. So yeah, dude, they won. They won that battle for sure. Yeah. 100%. We won the war overseas.
We're scared.
We lost the battle at home here. And yeah, they don't give a fuck.
No.
Like, Jesus Christ. Let's see.
Craig
Gillespie wants a full profile of you. I don't know
what does that mean?
It's a weird request.
Do you mean full profile this?
We never go full profile on this show.
I do have a great profile, though. I don't think that's what he meant. Oh, I really do.
Because we talk side to side, and I think that's what we're talking. That's why we go split screen, because otherwise,
for neck.
Yeah,
everything else is good. Like, Craig, this is my profile, right? Strong from here up, strong. From down here, it just really falls apart.
There's a guy named Michael Hando on here, who's that's the best name I've ever seen.
Sure.
I don't know if Hando is a real last name.
Okay.
Southwest Airlines are wannabe comedians.
I know, and I love it. I
don't mind it. At least they're having some form of fun where it's just like,
Yeah. I mean, a domestic flight hasn't gone down in a very long time, right?
Yeah. Somebody asked if I was a Weeblo scout. No, I didn't make it as high as Weeblo. Yeah, even that was like the highest one where it's just like Weeblo.
Sounds like a
pedophile's
dream.
You're all sucking their dicks, dude, or you're getting
little Weeblos.
Yeah, your dick sucked, man.
Who blowed? Who blew?
That's exactly what it is. Weeblo. Weeblo scout. And I was just like, oh God. And it was always like, there was always, I would say, 2 or 3 kids in high school who were still doing like Cub Scout shit, and you were just like, bro, we're in fucking high school now, man. Like, And I always get creeped out by dads who are like professional scoutmasters, because they have those too. Which is like, oh, my dad's a scoutmaster. I was like, what the fuck is he still doing that?
There's people that do Cub Scouts that we know.
There is.
I think it is cute.
Talking about our
I think it's cute. It's just like, I don't know. Yeah. If your dad is doing it with you, I think that's awesome.
It is, just not in high school. Like that's the
well, I don't fucking care when. I'm just saying the days of like putting your kids in by themselves and camping trips by yourself is gone.
Yeah.
So the dads do all the stuff with them, which I like that. It's just too little too late, I think.
Somebody wrote in and said, hey man, regarding your school comments with pedophiles in schools and having all female teachers, it is important to have dudes because some kids might not have a father figure. I agree with that.
I agree with that too.
However, the screening process now is, at least here, is so lax That like I don't know.
You can have offenses other places, apparently.
Yeah, so I don't.
And if it was only one, then you're good. Yeah, and I do agree with that. And I had some of my favorite teachers were male.
I bet they were.
Mm-hmm. One.
Did one
hot ass one?
Did he try to?
Mm-mm.
Never.
No.
What about after you graduated?
One did, yeah.
What happened? Did you hook up with him?
No, I didn't. But I think I've told this story where I was working in Vegas. And in Vegas, you're going to see everybody come through, right?
Yeah.
Everyone from priests to your middle school teachers to whatever. So, yes. And I, last minute, was like, couldn't go through with it. Even though I had a crush on him in middle school, I couldn't go through with it because I was just like, I don't know. This is so weird, you know?
Yeah.
So I like didn't meet up, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, you didn't fuck.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe he didn't want to. Maybe he just wanted to hang out with me.
Yeah, I'm sure that was it.
Isn't that something guys?
Yep.
Guys sometimes.
I was always looking for just great girlfriends just to
hang out with.
Rap about life
especially when you were in Vegas for a couple days, right?
Yeah, because that's the time when you just want to relax with a good girlfriend and just catch up.
Mm-hmm, that's the place where you find good friends.
Yeah, the best friends. Some
would say.
The Poos. Well, we got a new winner for best name on the internet. The Poos, Pooze. Camping still happens. He says the females are separated from males. So,
not good.
No,
that's not good.
Not good.
We'd like them to be there, please. What are you talking about? The camping still happens. What in Boy Scouts? Why is there females there at all?
Because I told you they had to let girls in like 2 years ago.
Oh, that's not even what we're talking about. We
were earlier.
Oh, okay.
I was just like, hey man,
we're talking about the camping that happens where the dads aren't there. From what I understand here is that the camping trips are that your dad needs to be there too with you.
Yeah.
There's no kids going by themselves on the trip with the Cub Scout master or whatever it is. That I think, and you guys would know more than me, but from the people that I talk to here that do it, maybe it's just because the kids are younger, but they cannot go without their dad.
Okay.
And I like it.
Gotcha. Buffalo Bill, way more kids get molested in public schools than Scouts and Catholic Church of all of them. Maybe. And look, this could be my own naivete on this subject because we're happening to go through it now in this district, but maybe that is true. And I don't know. What I did know was the... As far as the Catholic churches and all that stuff, like there was a map one time where you could see, where all of these fucking priests who had molested kids and all that, and it was crazy.
For sure, you guys don't ever go on. What's the app where you can see?
I forget. It's not. I don't think it's an app, but there is a website.
Website.
Yeah.
Where you can see all the sex offenders in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Don't go on it.
Michael Handa said, I had a great mother. When the traveling wrestling group came to our local high school when I was 8, she sent me over to go hang out with the guys setting up. I may have been molested or just taught a new finisher. Not really sure. Either way. And that all depends on your own sexuality. But again, when you have a name like Michael Hando, goddamn right I'm going to answer your questions.
You wanted to read that, huh?
I did.
Okay.
I definitely did.
Cool.
David Wagner says, one of the priests in my Catholic school when I was suddenly, I went to, was suddenly transferred.
We're sharing now. Yeah.
Was suddenly transferred after my friend's dad confronted him about having sleepovers. Mm-hmm. The transferring thing happens a lot too, where it was just like these fuckers go from city to city and they don't say shit.
Here's why.
New Orleans is going through it right now. Go ahead.
Here's why people get away with it. How many people do you know believe that Michael Jackson was a pedophile?
Yeah, I do, for sure.
50, but 50-50? We sort of just let that one go.
I have not let it go.
As a society. I hear him everywhere. I hear him everywhere.
I don't.
Everywhere.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
So.
Because this is why. Because we'll be like, oh, maybe. And we never did a hard line of like, why? Whatever this message was, why were there sleepovers?
Oh, yeah. Look.
Why did that happen?
I've always been in the Michael Jackson camp. You can wipe him out. I'm good. And every time a song comes on, I feel weird about it.
You should.
I do. So nothing I can really say and or do that's going to change anybody's mind at this point on Michael Jackson. Like, you're either in it or you're not in it.
But this is the thing that we just like, sometimes you cannot fathom it, right?
Yeah.
So you go like, there's no way that can happen. Okay. Go ahead. Go for the sleepover. This is how it used to be anyway.
Yeah.
Which is why these people have these stories from back in the day, right?
Everybody. The next one was Jacob Nicholas said, I always enjoyed Uncle Mike's overnight wrestling camp. You know, that was my favorite. Weird but true, you know?
Yeah.
Sad but true.
Mm-hmm.
I think Metallica said that.
What is he saying, though? He enjoyed the sex?
Yeah. Appears he enjoyed the sex at the overnight wrestling camp. You know? Sports is different, though. You know?
Huh?
I think you can get away with a lot more things in sports where it's like, in particular wrestling, you're already checking dudes' oils on the mat anyway, you know?
Or football, right?
Football, yeah. So,
meh.
It is what it is.
Okay.
Totally kidding.
What else do we have that's not pedophile related?
Nothing at this point.
Oh, it's all pedophile stuff
It's
now.
all no, it is all pet. There's one more question. The Jesse Palmer was somebody's favorite bachelor.
Yeah, he's He's a lot of people's favorite
because of what he's going on to do, though.
Because he was also hachi machi on the I mean,
what does that mean?
He's a really good looking
guy, dude.
And he was, I don't know, he was just like a good guy. I don't know.
Yeah,
I liked him as the bachelor. He really threw himself in.
Yeah. Look, he's one of the best in the biz doing it now. As far as like, Jesus, that guy hosts everything.
Yeah.
He's on fucking everywhere, isn't
he? He is the poor man's Ryan Seacrest, right? So he's on all of the like little lower level things, but he's in the same
Daily
way
Mail show, but
all over. He goes from coast to coast.
He's a big deal on ESPN.
ESPN, Daily Mail, cooking shows, like dating shows. I mean, he's on every single thing.
5-tool guy. He's good at all of it. I don't mind him. 5-tool guy. He's good at all of it. That's what they say in baseball when it's just like, hey, you can do everything.
I thought it's a utility player.
That guy can do everything. James. You can sit in on the sports show if you want in a minute, but definitely a 5-tool guy with that one. He can do it all.
Okay, that sounds fucking gay.
Oh, James.
He's a 5-tool guy. I'll show
you
a fucking 5-tool guy.
He is. Anywho's, subscribe to us on YouTube. Please rate us on iTunes. Give us a 5-star on iTunes. Everybody's requiring it now. You gotta give it the 5-star. Gotta give us a nice little review. We're not on Yelp, but
review us on Yelp.
Yeah, it saves you from that. And then occasionally, look, we're gonna try to go live more on this because we enjoy it. And Jamie's got one fan, so there's that.
So he'll keep on doing it.
There's that. For Jesse Wiseman, a.k.a. the Jables, I'm Ross Patterson. This is The Revolution. I'm going to say good afternoon.
Oh, good afternoon.